guys, my name is Busko the Barber, and I'm gonna go ahead and narrate for you guys on a low fade comb over with scissors on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain to you the clips that we're gonna use. We're gonna use the clip half, which is called a 0. We're also gonna use the number 1, the number 2, the number 3, and the number 4, which we're using right now on the sides. We're gonna use that as a baseline, so you won't have to work with long hair, and you have a nice short baseline for you to work with. Now this size right here is considered a 00. So this machine is called a balding, and the way you use it is to clean up everything with the size 00. So the 00 is right next to the blade being the shortest size of them all. So you're gonna go ahead and use your balding and clean up everything. You wanna make sure you get everything nice and tight, because you're gonna go ahead and hit it with the balding. Now that we're using the balding, which is an electric shaver, which shaves exactly like a blade, if not more, since it shaves up, you're gonna go ahead and stop slightly underneath your first guide. You want to make sure you don't stop on the guide, because you don't want to create a new line. Now to get an understanding with the sizes, this is the level open, this is the level in the middle, and this is the level close. So this machine has no clip, and we're gonna have the level open create a second line. So the reason why we're creating a second line, we're giving ourselves the proper space for us to erase that bottom line. And the way we're gonna do this machine on the side, as you see, it has notches. So we're gonna bring the notch in between open and half, now towards the middle, and now we're putting in between the middle and close. And to take off that bottom line, we're gonna go ahead and close it all the way. By doing this technique or this routine, you're assuring yourself to erase that bottom line without messing up, especially because you're going step by step towards the 0. So what you want to do now, you want to work your way towards the back, being symmetrical. Whatever you did to one side, do to the rest of the side. So on this next step that I'm about to do, I will explain to you how to use working from up to down. We're going to have our number 3 guard, but the level all the way open, and we're going to start with the level open towards the middle and then close. So as you can see right now, we're going to focus on one section on the back, hitting it with the number 3 level open. Before we go toward the front, we're going to hit it in the middle, and then we're going to hit it close. As soon as we're satisfied doing that, we're going to go ahead and do it towards the rest of the haircut, and then we work towards the front. Now you can go ahead and do everything whatever you please. It's your way of cutting hair, but if you have a certain routine and if it works for you, go ahead and do it. Of course, you can go ahead and choose your own routine as you learn other people's routines, and just apply whatever is good towards your benefit. So as you can see, we're working our way from up to down, and now we have our number 2. So we're doing the same process. We're pretty much working from the level open towards the level towards the middle, towards the level close. And every time we hit a different clip, which is a smaller size, we never stop where we stopped with our previous clip, which was, for example, the number 3. So okay guys, check it out. On this next step, we're gonna use a smaller clip, which is gonna be the number 1. In this situation, I'm gonna go ahead and show you, which is the level open, middle, and close. Now the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna work from up to down like the way we've been doing this whole routine. The only difference is, you saw the notches that the machine had on the side. We're gonna go notch by notch, starting from the half all the way close. So there's a total of 5 steps, which will be open, in between open in the middle, middle, in between in the middle, and close, and then close. That's a total of 5 steps. You have to do those 5 steps in order to get a perfect blend, because this is where the hard part is. It's more detailed since the hair is a little bit shorter. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna write it down for you guys right now on the side. What you guys need to do is get a notebook and write these steps down if you're really trying to learn how to cut hair, because that's the only proper way and fastest way that you're gonna learn how to cut hair. You need to write these steps down, this whole routine. The way how you're gonna learn is by copying somebody that knows what you're doing. So what you have right now is an advantage. You have somebody that knows how to cut hair explaining to you step by step. I remember when I used to cut hair, I used to sit right next to the best barber, not knowing how to cut hair, knowing that nobody wanted to cut their hair with me. So what I did, I just sat and I would write it down. I would memorize it in my head, and I would write it down in my phone. I was too embarrassed to ask because I didn't know the barber like that, but at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. And if you got somebody teaching you and you really want to learn, go ahead and grab that notebook. If you don't have a notebook, you're not gonna learn. Good luck memorizing it on your head. It's a lot of steps, but you're gonna remember it. So the same routine right here, I wrote it down for you guys. It's the same routine as the one. So you gotta have that in mind. When you use a smaller clip, you gotta get more into detail, which is why we gotta use all the notches. Now this machine right here is a perfect example to teach somebody, which is a master. Why? Because it has notches, so you could literally explain to somebody where to put the level. That being said, now we're gonna do our comb work, and the way we're gonna finish this haircut is by comb work and scissor work. Now this is the best part about this haircut. A lot of you guys are cutting hair and are new to cutting hair, and you guys need to learn how to do scissor work. But as you see right now, we're gonna go ahead and shape up the beard. We're gonna go ahead and do it straight with the blade, without no T-liner. So the way you're gonna do it, you're gonna use half of the right blade going towards your way up. Now the reason why you're gonna use half of the blade, because that creates a curve when you move your blade, your whole blade at an angle. The more you move it at an angle and you're hitting it with a straight part of the blade, it just becomes a curve. So pretty much that curve gets created as you go up, tilting your blade more of an angle. As you see right now, now we have the blade straight because we're trying to make that part straight. But as we go up, now we're gonna start making the blade in an angle again, because we want to hit that curve and we want to make sure we get the whole line up nice and crispy. That being said, make sure you always take your time and don't rush through the beard, because you don't want to mess that up. You want to go ahead and take it off little by little. Now if you see a little imperfection like right there, go ahead and fix it. No big deal. So as you can see right now, pointing out with the scissors the short hair to the long hair, go ahead and use that short hair as a guide so you can know exactly where to start cutting. As you can see, the fingers, they're tilted upwards. You're gonna finish towards the end of your fingers. So what you want to do here, you want to go all the way around. So you're creating a new guideline right now. When you cut it towards the end of your fingers, that same guideline, you're going to use it towards the next step, which you'll see right now. Now we're grabbing the hair, and you're going to see the first step, which was chopped off right there towards the tip of his fingers, is really short. We're using that as a guide, knowing where to start with the scissors, and you want to go all the way around. So have in mind, when you do this, you're pretty much just following the first step of the short hair. You want to look for the short hair, as you see right here, and you want to just go ahead and cut it, and everything's just going to come out nice and even. So what you want to do, every time you bring the comb back, you see the chunk of hair that's cut, and you're going to use that as a guide, and you're going to keep going to follow. You're going to follow it through and cut through the hair. And as you notice, when we did this, we ignored the bangs. Why? Because the front has to be longer than the back. So the way we're going to do it, we're going to comb the hair. We're going to go ahead and look for the shortest part of the hair, which is by the beginning of the finger, and we're going to go ahead and follow it, evening the hair out from the front. You're not really taking off that much. Unless a customer asks you to cut more from the front, you're going to go ahead and do that. Other than that, you pretty much always just want to even out the front and make sure you cut more from the back. That way it could have a transition from long to short going towards the back. Now this is only cleanup work right here with the scissor over comb. You don't really have to do this, but if you know how to use this technique and you want to just perfect your haircut, getting any little hair that's sticking out, go ahead and do it. So what you need to do now, you need to grab some gel and prepare your hair. So you need to style the hair exactly how you want it to look, which is a comb over. So you need to comb it as a comb over, so you could see and have the final product as you do the lineup. The reason why you want to put the gel on is because you're going to do the lineup and you don't need that long hair overlapping as you do the lineup. You want to give him a natural lineup, so you want to make sure everything's nice and combed, so when he goes home and combs his hair, he has his lineup exactly how it should be, with his hair being styled already. That being said, you really want to take your time as you do the lineup. Make sure when you line up the sides, you don't push back so much, just enough to get that detailed look, and try to give it that natural look as well, but sharp. So when you do this, you gotta make sure you take your time, because you could do the whole haircut nice, but if you mess up the lineup, the customer probably like 60% is not gonna want to come back, maybe 70%. So what we're gonna use right now is Elegance gel. I like using this because it's nice and clear and it's very lubricating. When you shave, It really helps you out compared to using shaving cream. Now you're gonna go ahead and shave down, and the reason why we're gonna shave is because we're gonna make the lineup look more crispier and more perfect. So this is the final product. My name is Busko the Barber. I was your narrator for today, and this haircut was done by Jay. You could go ahead and follow him. I left it in the link below, and if you want to go watch more videos, go ahead and visit my YouTube channel 5150 Cuts for more videos and one-on-one. So make sure you hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment. Peace out.